And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. We've got some news, we've got a response from Sadiq Khan. Well, it goes to show that he can pick and choose what he replies to. He's finally responded to Donald Trump's comments, but can never respond with regard to grooming gangs, can he? So he can pick and choose what he wants to respond to. Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've taken the delight in sharing clips with you of Donald Trump, of course, humiliating Sadiq Khan at every single chance that he gets. It all started, I think, on Air Force One in his first visit, and he said it was a terrible mayor and all of these things. He said he's a nasty guy. He doubled down again just after the last state visit and said that he wanted to come to the state banquet, but said that Donald Trump didn't want him there, called him a bad mayor, and then again, in front of the global stage, in front of the UN, he again comes out and says that he's a terrible mayor in front of everyone who is everyone, all the global leaders, of course, in attendance. Let me refresh your memory quickly on what he said with regard to Sadiq Khan yesterday, and then we're going to go into Sadiq Khan's reaction. As always, guys, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've just found out, actually, 60% of you that watch British Stand aren't even subscribed, so make sure you do subscribe and hit the like button whilst you're down there as well. Let's have a little watch of this.
And I have to say, I look at London where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor, and it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law, but you're in a different country. You can't do that. Both the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe if something is not done immediately. This cannot be sustained. What makes the world so beautiful is that each country is unique. But to stay this way, every sovereign nation must have the right to control.
Now, we don't need to watch all of it, but you get the point, of course, calling him a terrible mayor, outing him in front of the entire world in the UN, which was also glorious to see. Now, this is Sadiq Khan's response. Now, of course, it's the most lip-wristed, victimhood mentality response that you're going to see. And would you really expect anything less from Sadiq Khan? The guy is unfathomable. I really can't stand him. And again, this is his response to Donald Trump.
No, I think people are wondering what it is about this Muslim mayor who leads a liberal, multicultural, progressive, successful city that means I appear to be living rent-free inside Donald Trump's head.
Are those comments Islamophobic?
Listen, when people say things, when people act in a certain way, when people behave in a certain way, you've got to believe them.
So you're saying he is Islamophobic?
I think President Trump has shown he is racist, he is sexist, he is misogynistic, and he's Islamophobic.
And he called you a terrible mayor as well. Are you a terrible mayor?
Well, listen, I'm just thankful that we have record numbers of Americans coming to London. Since records began, there's never been a period where more Americans have come to London. There must be a reason for that. You look at a number of different criteria. We're often the #1 city in the globe when it comes to culture, when it comes to foreign direct investment, when it comes to sports, when it comes to the ability for people to fulfill their potential. I'm really proud that we are the greatest city in the world. Long may that continue.
And does it concern you that number 10 and the Prime Minister seem to be spending a lot of time befriending Donald Trump? Does that concern you?
Well, I've seen the benefits of Americans coming to London. I've seen the benefits of people recognising what a great city we are. It's for others to explain their views on President Trump.
But you say he's a racist. Perhaps the Prime Minister shouldn't be befriending him quite as strongly.
But one of the things about having a special relationship, it's akin to having a best friend. I think when you have a best friend, you should expect more from them. It's very different to an acquaintance or somebody who's just, a distant friend. I think one of the advantages of having a special relationship with the USA is obviously when it comes to trade, when it comes to military alliances, when it comes to other areas where we work close together. But it should also mean you've got the confidence to call them out when they're wrong. I think President Trump is wrong in many, many ways.
So yeah, he's wrong in many, many ways. And of course, Sadiq Khan, the thing about leadership, and the what makes a great leader, as I've always said many, many times, is I do believe great leaders are able to take accountability and are able to self-reflect and improve and take criticism. You know, Sadiq Khan, of course, is always playing the victim mentality, wherever it may be. It's because he's a Muslim mayor. It's because the other person that's calling criticism on him is racist, misogynistic, and all of these kind of things. It's because they're that. He's deflecting, and he's taking up the victim manhold. No, Sadiq, it's not because you're Muslim. It's not because you're brown-skinned. It's nothing to do with that. It's just because you're shit at your job. Now, I hate when limp-wristed individuals like Sadiq Khan literally think that anybody criticizing the thing that he does is simply due to his colour and his faith. And this is not the case. It's a very dangerous route to go down to because he likes to play the victim and he likes to do this on a day-to-day basis. We've seen it time and time again. No, Sadiq, it's because you're shit at your job. That's why. And you can keep on talking about them being American exports coming over to the United Kingdom. You can keep on talking about the UK being safe, but we're seeing it in real time. We're seeing that London's a shit pit. I've done the eye test. I've been there. I've stepped into the city. The place is a shit pit. It's unrecognizable, and actually, it's similar to. It doesn't feel similar to anything. It really doesn't. It seems like a foreign country. It really does. It doesn't seem like the UK. I've shared countless video clips of the sheer knife and stabbing epidemic within this country that doesn't seem to be getting sorted out under his stewardship. It's record numbers, and he can't talk about safety at all. London is a cesspit. Yes, London is of course going to attract tourists. It's nothing to do with what he's done to the city. London has had great tourism since the dawn of time. That's always going to be the case, and he's just looking at the numbers inflating just due to over COVID. That's naturally going to happen because, well, we were locked down and you couldn't travel to countries. So of course, travel and tourism is going to be up in the year 2023, where he's getting his evidence from. Of course, that's going to be the case because that's the case everywhere. Travel and visiting to other countries has gone up. That's nothing to do with him. That's nothing to do with what he's done to the city. In fact, he's holding the place back, and it is completely unrecognizable. And the fact that he just keeps on saying and not being able to take accountability, it's not just Donald Trump who's calling it out. It's the majority of British people. It's, of course, other foreign leaders have called him out. But Sadiq Khan just can't take criticism and has to play the victim mentality and says, well, it's because I'm a Muslim, it's because I'm brown skinned. No, Keir Starmer is shit at his job. He's a white male. And Christian for all I know, or at least he's self-proclaimed as Christian, Keir Starmer. And Keir Starmer probably gets, if not more, or if the same, if not more, criticism than Sadiq Khan. Again, I think Sadiq's the worst out of the two, but Keir Starmer, a white, British, native male, who's of Christian descent, gets called out publicly. Why? What's the two hand-in-hand parallels here? Well, they're both shit at their job. I hate when he runs this victimhood mentality, and Sadiq's never going to be a good leader because he can't take accountability, which is super frustrating. Let's have a little look at the live chat. Let's see what people are saying with regard to Mr. Sadiq. Natasha says, mosques everywhere in the UK. It's practically Muslim already. Exactly. President Donald Trump does speak for a lot of us. And again, Sadiq is only in power due to the way that he's turned the city into, he's got his majority in the boroughs. But we'll see what happens in due course. We'll see what happens if he's going to continue his mayorship. He shouldn't be, because you've seen what he's like. He can't take accountability. He's a narcissist, but I'm trying to find the word for it. There's a certain type of narcissist. He's not a grandiose narcissist. He's more of the timid type, but someone that likes to always play the victim and always gaslight his problems. That's the individual, and that's what Sadiq Khan is like. I can't remember the actual official word for it. Sorry. Khan hates accountability. He needs to go. He's a terrible mayor. He needs to go. Facts. Here. You're preaching to the choir. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job of the job he is tasked to do by the Fabians. And by the way, there we go. That's it, Natasha. That was the word I'm looking for. He's a covert narcissist. Yes, the grandiose narcissist is more of the me sort of thing. He's more of the timid type. He's a covert narcissist where he likes to, again, gaslight and play the victim at all times. And that's what he does every single time. That's the type he is. Thank you for letting me know. But as I said, everything's to do with race, apparently. Everything's to do with his skin color, apparently. That's the way he is. And that's the way that he tries to run this country, which is, this country? The city. Thankfully, not the country, but city. And again, Donald Trump can see right through it. And I really urge, I can't wait for the next chapter of Donald Trump and Sadiq Khan. I would really love to see something go down with these two. I absolutely love it. I think it's been bubbling since 2016, to be fair. Donald Trump has been going at him for a very long time, and I just love that he takes every single chance that he gets to call him out for the horrible job that he's done, but also call him out to be the person that he actually is. And I really urge, Donald Trump's never going to listen to this, but I really urge him to continue doing it because it puts a smile on a lot of our faces. But yeah, guys, do let me know your thoughts on Sadiq Khan's response to Donald Trump down there in the comment section below. Do let me know your thoughts on the state of London. Do you believe his statistics? Do you stand with Sadiq Khan and think London is a safe place and a great place to live? And do you think it's as good as he's making out to be, or do you stand on the point of Donald Trump? Do let me know in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe.